We're all related, brothers and strangers. The king and the beggar bleed the same. We've all got a sickness, a terminal condition. We medicate it, but the pain won't go away. See the eyes of a million faces, looking for it in a million places. Only one can save us, Jesus.
Everybody's searching for it. Everybody's reaching out, trying to grab a hold of something real. Only you can satisfy us, fill up the void inside us. Never been a heart you couldn't heal.
You are the doctor, healer and father, to the orphan without a home. We fell into darkness, lost till you found us. You're the remedy we're looking for.
Everybody's searching for it. Everybody's reaching out, trying to grab a hold of something real. Only you can satisfy us, fill up the void inside us. Never been a heart you couldn't heal.
Cure for the broken, a hope for a hopeless world. The meaning, the purpose, the peace that will make us whole. Don't have to search no more. Don't have to search no more.
Everybody's searching for it. Everybody's reaching out, trying to grab a hold of something real. Only you can satisfy us, fill up the void inside us. Never been a heart you couldn't heal. Never been a heart you couldn't heal. Never been a heart you couldn't heal.
Oh Lord, our Lord, how excellent is your name. Your name is strength, your name is power. A strong tower makes me safe. Oh Lord, our Lord, how excellent is your name. Your name is strength, your name is power. A strong tower makes me safe. Everybody sing, oh. Nobody like you, Lord. Nobody like you, Lord. Oh. Nobody like you, Lord. Nobody like you, Lord. Oh Lord.
Good evening, Lufkin Central and online worship community. Jason Hollinger, the preaching and community minister here. And tonight we find ourselves in week 4 of the Tourist series, done again by the Bible Project. Tonight we are going to talk about the word heart. We're going to talk about that right after this time in worship.
Restore my spirit, Lord, I need restored. My heart is weary, please help me, dear Lord. I stand in need of more strength from your word. Renew my love, rebuild my faith, oh, restore my soul. Revive the fire, Lord, deep in my soul. Stir my desire to work in your cause. Light in my heart to God.
For thousands of years, every morning and evening, Jewish people have prayed these well-known words as a way of expressing their devotion to God. They're called the Shema. Hear, O Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord is one. And as for you, you shall love the Lord your God with all of your heart, with all of your soul, and with all of your strength. We're going to look at the fourth key word in this prayer, heart, which in Hebrew is sometimes pronounced levav, or more often in a shorter form, lev. Now, different cultures throughout history have had different conceptions of how the human body works, and this is also true of the ancient Israelite writers of the Bible. They knew that the heart was an organ in the chest that sustains life. There's mention of a heart attack in the Bible, Naval, whose heart died inside of him and he became like stone. But the biblical authors talk about the heart in many other ways that might seem strange to modern readers, and that's because these Israelites had no concept of the brain or any word for it. They imagined that all of a human's intellectual activity takes place in the heart. For example, you know with your heart in the Bible. Your heart is where you understand and make connections. In the book of Proverbs, wisdom dwells in the heart. And your heart is what you use to discern between truth and error, like Solomon did when he was king. So the heart is where you think and make sense of the world, and it's where you do more. In the Bible, the heart is where you feel emotions. You feel pain in your heart, like Hannah did when she couldn't have any children. In fact, the phrase "a broken heart" comes from ancient biblical Hebrew. You also experience fear in your heart. Your heart can melt or be distressed. Your heart can even be depressed. But then on the flip side, your heart is where you experience joy. In Hebrew, to be happy is to be good of heart, or to have a heart of joy. So the heart is the generator of physical life. It's also the center of your intellectual and emotional life, and there's more. In biblical Hebrew, the heart is where you make choices motivated by your desires. So David had it in his heart to build a temple for God. Your heart is where your affections are centered. They're called the desires of your heart. And if you really want something and go after it, it's like what Nathan said to David, whatever's in your heart, go and do it. So then, in the Bible, the heart is the center of all parts of human existence, as in the well-known proverb, guard your heart, because from it flows your whole life. Now, the prophet Jeremiah believed that the human heart was fundamentally broken. He said, the heart of a human is deceitful above all, irreversibly sick. Who can even understand it? He had watched a whole generation turn away from God. They started sacrificing their children as if that were a good thing. So this is why, in the imagination of the Hebrew prophets, the only hope for humanity is the total renewal of the human heart. Moses predicted that if Israel was ever going to love their God, their heart would need to be circumcised, which is a very vivid and surprising metaphor about removing evil and stubbornness from the human heart. David, after he committed murder and adultery, pleads with God to create in me a pure heart. The prophet Ezekiel hoped for a day when God would remove the heart of stone and give his people a new heart of soft flesh, which is very similar to Jeremiah's hope that God would write the commands of the Torah on the hearts of his people. And that brings us all the way back to the Shema. Every day, God's people are called to devote to God their whole body and mind, their feelings and their desires, their future and their failures. This is what it means to love the Lord your God with all of your heart.
Well, I want to thank you for joining us tonight. And also, just a reminder, tomorrow morning you can watch live or later Jesus and Coffee at 7 a.m. is when it will go live. And we will be looking at the book of Jude, a section of scripture from Jude. And then tomorrow night we will be in the Torah series number 5. We're going to be talking about the word soul. So that'll be Friday. And then, of course, Saturday morning, we do not have a Jesus and Coffee morning devotional, but we will be in number 6 of the Torah series, where we are talking about the word strength. And then we get right into Sunday morning, the official relaunch. And 9:30 Bible class times, where you can watch on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, our church online that we have. You can go to our website, lufkincentral.com. You can watch us on the Boxcast app on your TV. Just search Lufkin Central. Also at 9:30 on, you can go to our website and find this, and you can click the link to the Core Youth Ministry, where they will have a video premiere there, and the AIM Children's Ministry, and a YouTube video will premiere on their page as well. And of course, while you're there, click subscribe, and so you can be aware and you're ready when any new videos come available, and you can check those out there. Again, thank you for joining us tonight, and just know that you were loved, you were prayed over, that we are mindful of each of you, even those we haven't met yet, even those we haven't had the opportunity to meet face to face. We long to have that opportunity to see you in the flesh, and maybe, just maybe, if you're in the area Sunday morning, come join us, 9:30 for Bible class, 10:30 for worship. But if you can't join us in person, you're not ready yet in person, join us online. Hope to see you then. Y'all have a great night. God bless.
Oh, to grace, how great a debt daily I'm constrained to be. Let thy goodness like a fetter bind my wandering heart to thee. Flow to take and seal it for thy courts above. What else? I adore your name. Above all else, to my heart to sing your praise. Above take and see.